I am George Daigle. She is the Lioness. Good morning, Lioness.
Good morning, George. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, grand, and glorious. I pushed the right buttons this time. Yay, me.
Hey.
Sizzling subjects and trending topics is what we have, ladies and gentlemen. We've been following this story since the very, very beginning. And the last story that we covered was the reenactment that was on what's the one that everybody's on, that Crave or Rave or whatever that television network that everybody, Tubi. It was on Tubi, yes.
Tubi. I was going to say it's Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi. I couldn't remember what it is because I try not to watch it because it traumatizes me when I do.
The stuff on there do be kind of low quality.
Baby, low quality. Is there any quality? Let me stop. Thank you, Tubi. Which, by the way, through the grapevine, y'all heard it here first. I have heard that Fox has acquired Tubi.
Shut up.
Yeah, so there's that. But
shout out to the people that founded Tubi. They just got a nice check.
You know they did.
Ooh.
But now back to our Shankwella, investigation and following the story. There is a news story that is out recently. Shanquella Robinson's death will not go without accountability one way or another. And the Robinson family, along with their attorney Sue Ann Robinson, no relation, has announced plans to file a civil lawsuit against the 6 travel friends who went to Cabo, Mexico, where the 25-year-old Charlotte, North Carolina native was pronounced dead, according to Newsweek. Now, Shankwella's death became a trending topic on social media after a video of a fight between her and one of the aforementioned friends went viral. Truthfully, it was much less a fight and more of a beating, as someone in the clip can be heard saying, "Quella, can you at least fight back?" Now, these friends insisted that Shankwella died of alcohol poisoning, but insisted that she be medically treated at their resort as opposed to being taken to the hospital. However, an autopsy revealed that she died of severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, approximately 15 minutes after suffering the injury. Now, the Mexican authorities have issued an arrest warrant for the female friend who is thought to be responsible for the beating and subsequent death. Now, according to other sources, Gossip.com especially has reported extensively on the family's efforts to have this individual extradited, but that effort has yet resulted in any action from the United States government. Now, the civil lawsuit appears to be the only semblance of justice that the family can achieve at this time. Sue Ann Robinson confirmed that the law firm she works for will be filing a civil lawsuit on behalf of the family. She says Shankwella's family are tired, weary, heartbroken, and missing Shankwella, but motivated by her legacy to keep moving forward on the path to her justice. Now, regarding the extradition, the Mexican government is ready to greenlight the legal process, but until the U.S. decides that Shankwella's life is worthy of justice, their hands are essentially tied. Now, the prosecutor, Daniel De La Rosa, spoke to ABC News, and she says this case is fully clarified. We even have a court order. There is an arrest warrant issued for the crime of femicide to the detriment of the victim and against the alleged perpetrator, a friend of hers who is the direct aggressor. Actually, it wasn't a quarrel, but instead a direct aggression. We are carrying out all the pertinent procedures, such as the Interpol alert and the request for extradition to the United States of America. It's about 2 Americans, the victim and the culprit. Wow. All of this.
I didn't know that the culprit had fled and was not in the country.
Child, apparently so. And the U.S. is dragging its feet, apparently, and making anything happen. Lioness, you've got a great legal mind and a grasp on some of these legal proceedings. Tell us what you're thinking in this moment.
So what I am thinking, and from what I've heard, is that part of the issue is that the Mexican government and the people that initially did the doctors that initially did the investigation on what happened to the body, apparently they also are being a little cagey. So part of the reason why it's so hard to get justice for Shankwella is they're having a hard time getting the hospitals and the folks that looked over her to really corroborate the story. Now, I'll say this. The U.S. does have extradition with Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
People get extradited from Mexico back here all the time. The federales will send your ass back over here. The problem, though, is that in this situation, this is where it matters what your melanin is. when the media reports these stories, if she were Natalie Holloway, we still looking for her.
Exactly.
We are still talking about the man that killed her and how he killed the other girl in Brazil, Vandersloot. I even know his name. Because when a white woman gets killed, it means something to the world. Unfortunately, Shanquella and her family are going to have to sue, and they probably have enough evidence to at least get a legal judgment against the folks for impeding the investigation. They probably can get definitely a legal injunction against the girl that they saw. They have the video of her beating the girl.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is that until we as a people get fed up and really start talking and speaking Shanquella's name the way we did George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and everybody else, Aubrey, she will not get justice. But unfortunately, I think the family will get some money off of this, maybe but not much because you're suing 4 people.
Yeah.
So it's really sad. This is a horrible situation. I don't think they're actually going to get closure if they haven't already. I'm losing faith, but I do hope that they keep the faith. What's your thought, George?
Well, I do hope that this is going to be the motivation that other Black journalists, other Black, heads of anchors and things like that in newsrooms can take the story and push it forward. Because like you said, there are many times that we know of in the community where Black women disappear and you don't see it on the news. It's never heard or rarely heard.
And to be honest, they would have never covered this. The news would never even thought to cover this woman if we didn't have a viral video that they had to get on.
Exactly. And again, once the black anchors and journalists and newsrooms started pushing the story, it became national news. Let's also be clear on that part as well. So we got to do our part. Again, our prayers go out to the Robinson family. This is not complete justice, but it is definitely a start. And maybe this legal proceeding can get the United States to say, oh, we missed this. Let's get on it. So let's, we'll keep you posted on what we find out.
Yes, definitely. Let's try to get this back in the media. Let's speak Shanquella Robinson's name. Let's try to get her justice. This is horrible. We literally have the video allegedly of her getting killed. I mean, the fight was that bad, y'all. They were grabbing her by her hair and slamming her around the room.
Yes, exactly. Horrible.
So we got to really get justice for Shanquella. And shout out to her family, friends, and loved ones that may be listening. We love you at We Are You Morning Crew, and we're sorry that happened to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, tell us what you think about this story and all the stories we talk about. You can go to our social media and sound off and let us know. We've got more sizzling subjects and trending topics on the way. It's the We Are You Morning Crew.